Welcome to the Redvee TV Instant Reaction, supported by Chapel House Cars for the 2024 season, where car swap is now on. As we reflect on the Leigh Leopards 18-12 victory over St Helens here this evening, we're not a million miles off, Kev, but it felt like we shot ourselves in the foot quite a lot in that game.
A tale as old as time this year. Too many errors at key moments. As you say, not a million miles off, and that first 20 minutes felt like what a good game, what a good advert for the game, where you've got a big, strong, aggressive Leigh side who maintained that throughout the 80 and were the kind of the team that looked more likely as well. And you've got to give Leigh the credit there. And we had a golden period where we scored a couple of tries, but there were just too many errors, too many silly errors, and too many errors where we're looking to score rather than really being honest with the ball.
I thought that's where the game was won there for Leigh tonight. I think physically they absolutely dominated us first half. They looked like they targeted George Delaney when he with his carries. To be fair to George, he never backed down, but it saps the energy, doesn't it? And missing Walmsley, we lacked some grunt and size, and I don't think we got it when Parsi came on. I thought the only time we got any sort of physicality in the game and go forward was really when Noah came on.
Yeah, he looked like the most likely to kind of push through the line, didn't he? And that's where he needs the minutes to allow him to be able to do longer stints and do more stints. I know that's a kind of circumstance of you having your front liners back, but you do miss, and he's made a couple of mistakes past couple of weeks, but you do miss the size and kind of carries that Al brings. You're right though, from the start to the end, Leigh were the physical ones. Johnny Asiata, as much as he's a pantomime villain, and his tackling technique is questioned by more clubs than just ours, in that first half he was imperious, absolutely imperious.
We can't go any further before mentioning the very early no try from when Tommy Makeson goes over in the corner. Sione runs a great line, he runs through the line, the man tags him and decides to throw himself on the floor. Where's Sione meant to go? Are we banning dummy runners in the sport? Because he's not impeded the man. There was no way the defender was going to get to that ball anyway. It's been sent up as a try. The Failers needed 10 goes looking at it, so where's the being enough to overturn it? It can't be clear, can it?
It looked like one of them that if that goes kind of if that's Saints defending and Leigh go through, that's one of those that I feel you go, got away with one there. And that's my honest thing. That
if that's the other way, does that try get given?
I don't know. I'm not going to start getting into speculation like that. I'll let you do.
That's what we're for.
No, it's what you're for. I think you're asking me my opinion on that.
There's an awful lot of 50-50s tonight that didn't go our way,
and that could be one of them. That no try. As I say, if that's the other way around and it's Leigh going through, I'd be thinking absolutely nothing wrong with that run, and Leigh have been done there. As it is, obviously, with my Saints hat on, I'm thinking I think that's a tough call.
Leigh go down the other end. They go over just by the sticks. Goes up as no try. They show two angles. One looks like he gets it down. The other looks like he drops it. We need another 10 or 12 looks. The referee, who's looking right at it, goes up as no try. 10 or 12 looks. Is there enough to overturn it to actually give it? And then when it gets given, apparently on Sky, they show an angle where he loses it. Why is that angle not being shown at the time?
No idea. I've not been party to that one either. It looks like he scores it from the one angle that he kept on replaying in the ground. It'd be interesting to see, but instant reaction, I've not seen it.
Like Arsene Wenger, you are. You're useless. Let's get someone else on.
They've not put it on the big screen. They don't put it on the big screen. Am I meant to see it again from that angle? It looked like he bounced it in real time, and that's why the ref's gone up as no try. Yeah. So I can say that it does look like he's bounced it. Obviously, Taylor's sin enough not to. I
think it's fair to say Sione Matausi has not had his greatest of games tonight. By his own admission, I'm sure he will say. He's been fantastic all year. it just nothing went his way tonight, did it? He's then missed the read for the second try, and they've gone in the corner, and all of a sudden we're 12-0 down, 12-0 down going into the half, and it's looking a bit of a long way back.
Yeah, he's been excellent for us this season as well. It's probably better him having a stinker this week than next week.
And that's the thing, we can lose 1 in 4, can't we? So we've lost that one tonight, and you've just got to win the next 3.
Yeah. It's a simple equation, isn't it? It sounds so easy. Sione will be disappointed with his kind of performance tonight. There's bits that he's done well, but at key moments,
he's not been the only one there.
I'm not pinning this blame on Sione at all. There's just been errors where we've been close to the line. He's dropped the ball on the last. There's been that one where arguably his inside defender's gone up and forced him into a decision. Again, it's not Sione's fault that we've lost that tonight.
Our attack in the first half, after we had the no try given against us, we looked back to being blunt again, and a little bit of lack of idea. Leigh's physicality won the ruck every time. It allowed them to slow us down, and when teams win the ruck against us and we're getting slowed down, we lack ideas. Is it fair to say?
I've always said that we need a plan B, plan C, plan D, whatever that is, and it just looks at times like we still haven't got that. And it's almost like we're a confidence team, and once that doesn't go for us, we go into our shells and we're like, well, are we going to do that again? But you know what? I know it was only Cass, but we're throwing the ball out wide. We're making teams work harder. Do that. Do what scores your tries. We get it out wide to Tommy, and he goes in, albeit chalked off. How do we score our first try of the night? Getting it out wide to Tommy.
12-0 down. I think I said to you very early in the second half. Leigh, I've got Hull on the brain. They need to do us a favour tomorrow and limit the score. Leigh are either going to score first and banjo us and we're not going to score, or I felt that we'll get ourselves back into the game and then we'll lose valiantly and we'll all get clapped off, and in the end that's what happened. I thought we got a little bit of a decision on Jack Wellesby, that yellow card. He looks like he rocks back immediately, doesn't he? Again, Moore's completely, I don't know what he's looking at because he just ignores it completely and it takes him staying down. But I think that was a genuine one. He looked like his head rocked and he
stunned him,
hasn't it?
Yeah, it stunned him.
On second glance, it kind of looks like he hit his chest.
Up off the ball.
Up off the ball.
Yeah.
That's the mitigation that's been given for the yellow. I was going to say, if he has hit his head, it's red, but he's given the mitigation up off the ball. We did take advantage in that 10 minutes. We had nowhere on, giving us that go forward. And we've scored. Tommy Makinson with an absolute wonder effort in the corner, what he's been known for all along.
Hallelujah. Being able to score against a team with less men by putting it out wide and using your numbers. Again, I'm trying to make it sound really easy, but you just think, keep moving a team, you'll find a gap. And you don't have to do it every single time. You don't have to.
Do you know what worried me tonight? When I say that, how many times do we go down the short side instead of spreading the field?
Yeah, it's obviously a tactic that we've thought we can try and get something out of Leigh. But it's once it doesn't work a couple of times, you can't keep going back to it. You've got to change. And I know then when we get to our second try, you said, try something different on the kick. And the kick doesn't quite make it to the full-back.
By the way, I want to take credit for us getting back into that game because I went to the toilet.
Yes, yeah, that's fair enough.
That's what needed. Yeah. Next week, I'm going to spend my entirety downstairs underneath.
Yeah, fair enough.
Benison's had his wee spicks, knocks the kick over from out wide. Then we obviously, second try, ball bounces, great play, we get ourselves back in the game. And then we shoot ourselves in the foot. Penalty given away. Dropping the ball, and then it's easy out wide for Charlie to go in. Yeah,
well, our second try, again, Lomax puts the kick up. Great work by Percival, great work by Dodd to stay alert and give the ball inside to Morgan Knowles. That's that golden period where we think, hang on, this is Saints of old. The back, they've realised how to do it, they've worked out how to do it, and how to kind of respect the opposition enough to get ball in the right position. As you say, then we end up down our end of the field. It's too easy for Josh Charnley to score from, I think it comes out from the base of a scrum, doesn't it? Misses the kick. We give a penalty away, a dozy penalty.
16-12, you miss the kick, it's game on. We've still had opportunities there, haven't we, to win it, and we've just not taken advantage of them. That penalty that ends the game, where Tommy's tackled, his arm hits the ground, he offloads. How many times do you actually see that given now, and not just take it back and play the ball?
Yeah, it's
a soft one.
It's a penalty, but you tend to see a little bit more leniency at times,
especially given the gravitas of the situation at that point. It essentially nullifies us. I know we can go and try and still level the game up, but
and we do exactly the same as we've done for the past God knows how many weeks, where we've just not been sharp enough, not been good enough to do that. Yeah, we can moan about the penalty decision. It is a penalty. Just be consistent with that. You give it all the time, or you don't give it. You tell people to go back. Do you want me to hold that while you itch your nose? Are you all right?
I think if there's a positive to take from tonight, there's enough for us to be able to clean up for next week. I think the defence was good tonight.
Yeah.
Throughout generally. Again, I won't even say it's discipline that's really let us down tonight. It's been the handling.
It's discipline in another way. It's not you giving away
discipline
penalties.
With ball in hand.
Yes, yeah. It's you're respecting the ball. You're being able to manage the situations you're in. That does sound like Arsene Wenger managing situations that you're in, and just being honest with what you're doing. And there were too many times where I feel like we've just forced plays, tried to go down the middle when you can go out wide, use the flat ball rather than going out the back, and there's just too many times that we haven't quite got it right tonight. You're right, we can fix them up. It's just going to be a big ask in a week.
Well, that is if we make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Obviously, nothing is guaranteed yet. We have to wait till Catalan go to Hull tomorrow. Catalan need to win by a margin of 181. I'd normally say, I'd laugh and scoff and say our playoff spot's guaranteed, but they are playing Hull.
Yeah, I might change my prediction in our predictions league just to 182.
And then Hull do us a favour and drop a goal.
Yeah.
Knock one over. Yeah, it's going to be Warrington next week, isn't it? Tough ask.
Very tough. Very tough. Everyone in these playoffs is a tough ask. I mean, Salford have beaten us a couple of times this year. Warrington have beaten us every time this year. Leigh have beaten us a couple of times this year.
Hey, listen, beat Warrington, go to Wigan, beat Wigan. I tell you what, Leigh haven't got a bad run, have they? They've got, obviously, Salford next week. And then a journey to Hull, and we'll meet them again in the final.
Sorry, I like how you just said, go to Warrington, beat Warrington, go to Wigan, beat Wigan. That is some confidence there. Yeah, well done.
On the plus side, if we do that, it means I'll miss 2 Everton games. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to try and do the double next week. Oh. Any Everton fans, get in touch. We'll share a taxi.
Yeah.
Not all the way to Warrington. Live Street to Warrington Central and quick walk. We'll see. We'll see.
Fair enough.
I'm sure there'll be a few doing that. I'll leave it 2-0 down, so I should be there by 4:30.
3:30.
That's where we'll come back and win 3-2. Anyway, digress. We need Al back next week. I think you need Curtis back next week. Moses hopefully isn't too bad with that calf strain. That's knocked him out early on. And I felt Jake Burns came in at very short notice, did really well.
Yeah, he's a good pro. And he's unlucky probably just to do one stint, but you've got to roll your forwards. When you're in a physical battle against Leigh like that, you've got to roll your forwards. You could argue as well that 20 minutes it's a tight game and we don't make a sub until around about 30. Why are we not taking the impetus there? Why are we not making that change just that little bit earlier? Is it because the lads aren't fit enough? Is it just that's our plan and we're sticking to it? Are we liquid enough to be able to change things?
Yeah. It sounds like we're half an hour after the game, and it sounds like they've won the cup final, isn't it?
It feels like we're at, I don't know, in Turkey or Argentina or something, and the
Derek Beaumont left that ground.
Yeah, and the footy's on and they're doing all the chanting.
Right, disappointment tonight, but as Saints fans were singing as they left the ground, we'll win it from 6th. I'm not quite sure I've got that optimism, but
I wouldn't put your money on that.
Well, if you are confident, I don't think you'll get better odds than you will tonight.
Yeah, fair enough.
Still finish above Leeds.
That's not a trophy that I'm bothered about.
They'll be celebrating the fact that Saints finished 6th.
Shall we give Baz a shout out as well?
Oh, Barry Cunningham.
Yeah.
Barry Cunningham. I know Rich is saying he's our mate, but he's not really. we just tolerate him, but there we go. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we will catch you during the week for the Redvee TV show. Our swap is on now.